Hello and welcome to Lights,
Camera,
and Conversation. My name is Walid Shaya.
I'm Kavita Raj.
And we have a very special guest today. Hello, Hamzah Saman.
Hello, how you
Hello,
doing?
Hamzah.
How are you,
Hi,
Hamzah?
How you doing? How you doing?
We're so happy to have you
Good
today.
to see you, bro.
I want to dive in by letting you all know a little bit about who Hamzah is. Hamzah Saman is a CSA Casting Director, proud member of the Casting Society of America. He's the owner of Arab-American Casting and MENASA actor. Saman was born in Beirut, Lebanon, which is also where I was born.
Me too.
And he came to the U.S. when he was 15 years old.
15
and
and
he's
a half.
done 15 and a half.
Which
And
is
you've
picture.
done some incredible things since.
Maybe almost 16, yeah.
Yeah, you're one of the first online MENASA and Arab-American casting directors with over 80,000 members worldwide on ArabAmericanCasting.com and MENASAactors.com. That's spelled MENASA actors.com.
Absolutely.
All right, he's worked in the LA casting unit on the documentary He Named Me Malala. Am I saying it
Yes,
right?
sir, yeah.
Yes. With the Oscar-winning director David Guggenheim.
Yes, sir.
And you also helped with casting for Argo.
Yes, sir.
Argo is huge and we love it.
Yeah.
You've also been working to change the perception of Arab and Middle Eastern artists in Hollywood through not only your casting work, but also your acting work on
Yes,
screen,
yeah.
which is incredible.
Thank you.
As a casting director, I know you've worked on over 40 features and short films, commercials, and television shows. And as an actor, I loved seeing you in General Hospital. You've booked 4 feature films in just 2019. You've done a lot since. You starred in Inmate 093 and Tom Six's horror film trilogy, The Human Centipede 3. That's a crazy character for you. I got to see clips from that and loved it.
How exciting.
And you've done so much since with Eric Roberts as a voiceover actor for the X-Men films, Days of Future Past, Escape Plan in 2013, and so much more. The list goes on, and I know that's not everything, Hamzah.
Yes.
So congratulations on how
Yes.
far
Thank
you've
you.
come. And
Congratulations.
as I always tell Hamzah, you guys, you are our fearless leader.
Thank
To
you.
see
Yes.
people like you in leadership positions, in casting, in acting, in business, we love it and we're here for it. So
Thank
with
you.
that, welcome to Lights Camera
Yes.
Conversation.
Do I get to go home
and
now?
cheers, let's get started.
All right.
Welcome.
Oh, you
Cheers.
start? I thought we were leave now.
No, don't go anywhere.
Because
And
I
now
like how you
it's
do
the-
my monologue. I'm
Yes,
like, okay. I mean, not my monologue, not my monologue, my bio, I mean.
My
Now he
bio,
just
yes.
brings the wine, you say thank you.
I'm like, thank you, my bio. Shukran, boss.
Shukran.
So let's start,
I'm gonna use this for
Hamzah.
my bio now.
Let's start at the beginning. Cozy
it.
up to the mic
Yeah.
and tell us about how it all began. Did you love acting since you were in Lebanon?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
with
I was in
Fairuz
Lebanon.
or any performers make you like music or performing? Or by Fairuz was my
Yeah,
icon.
absolutely. I mean, Fairuz is, I bought all her stuff right here. And my friend Malik Rahbani, every time he gets in the car, I just play it just to, mess with him.
Yes.
Like an idiot, but it's funny. But well, straight up to my friends, right? But no, I started acting in Beirut when I was a kid. I don't know how old I was, probably like 9, because we grow differently in our world.
Yes.
Like my kid is 8, but I don't want to leave him alone like anywhere.
Of course. Yeah.
Not even like in front of me alone, like to move around.
Yeah.
We stay right here.
Yeah.
Right.
But now when we're younger, we're different. We worked younger. We survived wars and stuff like that. But I always wanted to act, 'cause I always watched TV on batteries because we didn't have electricities at that time. I'm 40, so I don't know how you got older as a kid, but we didn't have TV. We have TV, but we didn't have electricities at that time. We didn't have it at all because it's all bombed, in Lebanon at that time. Everything was bombed. If it's not bombed, it's about to get bombed.
Yeah, so sad. I mean, the war in Lebanon, that's just crazy time to grow up in, especially while trying to be creative.
Well, you don't know who you are as a kid. You're trying to grow up, and you're in Lebanon. I mean, the schools cost thousands of dollars, and people trying to eat, and they're trying to get the kid to go to schools. It's just, I have a different upbringing. I grew up with my grandma, so it was a little more interesting. So I basically watched TVs a lot with my grandma. And now I know that she's passed away recently. But now I know when she told me when I was like feature films, like Egyptian feature film or TV or Lebanese TV shows, like I love. She always asks me, "Hey, what's going on, Hamzah? What's going on?" And I explain to her. I'm like, "What the hell? She doesn't know what's going on, or I'm not smarter than her."
Yeah.
She made me think like I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
And she
I
got
grew
you
up-
inspired to analyze film and TV is what it sounds
Well,
like.
that's all I watched. To cut to this chase, I saw a sign. I couldn't really read it much because it was all like upscale Arabic writing. But all I knew, they were looking for actors. I went there and they took me, and I was really excited, even though the producer was completely an a-hole. Because he was like all about him, you know. I got cast as a background dancers, you know. I was dancing every day. A little by little, I could figure it out. Eventually, you know, time goes by, you know, the play never played. We just rehearsed like hell.
Is it because of the war it never played?
It was right after the war. It just never played.
war.
But that time when I was there, remember, it never went through.
Did you ever get paid for those practices?
No,
or
I never get paid, but I had to work as a child because to support myself and my, you know, with me, you know, we have to work, you know, and I don't get into it exactly why.
Sure.
Because even though we went to good school in Lebanon, but I went to different schools where, you know, where it's a little bit more rough. So I didn't get to the education that I should have till all the way till I came to the United States. And when I first came to the United States, I told my uncle who brought me here, so I'm going to go to work. And he's like, I was like 15 and a half. He's like, no, you're not. You're going to school. I'm like, I've never been to school. I mean, I've been, but at that time,
School's
I've been
different.
off school for like
Between
at least
war
5 years
and-
or 6 years. No school as a child. So I've been off for like 5 years, maybe from 10 to 15. No, I was just working. And he's like, no, you're going back to school. It's actually illegal in this country for a kid like you to not be in
Right.
school.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that you've never been, but it's illegal. So I went to school just to turn from a place where everything was taken away from you. Literally everything was taken away from me from Lebanon for no reason, not because we did anything wrong, because just war. And then all of a sudden, it's like, now you can change it. You in Hollywood, that's all you dreamed about. And
you're standing on the real Hollywood sign. And the real stars standing there.
yeah.
So what happens next? How do you get into the
Sorry.
community?
Well, I didn't speak any English. I didn't speak any English, like at all. Like not like my brother knew some English, but my brother's education was a little stronger because he was older. Because as time goes by for my growing up, shit goes going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was growing up, and my grandma was raising
More
me.
responsibilities.
For people around me, like, I have a bigger mouth to eat now, so it was just difficult. But now that I'm in America, I was basically trying to learn English again. I didn't think it's possible for me to speak English. Sometimes I stutter like completely when people make fun of me because I just didn't speak in English. Even through school, I couldn't speak English. Like I couldn't speak very good English in high school. I couldn't because I spoke whatever I can. In college, I couldn't speak very good. My grammar was really bad, even though I went through some of it. And then through my work. And then eventually, started getting better. And that's when I kind of get, as a salesman at that time, I was working as a salesman. I was so sick as a salesman. I was basically working as did mortgage and stuff like this. I was basically legally robbing people, basically from their money. Just going, hey, you want a house? You want to buy mortgage? It's not even funny. It's just I wasn't even making money. So I just decided to start acting, and I think I decided a long time ago when I was younger.
Yes.
Because
Right.
I have a pictures of me when I was younger. I started.
Of course.
And I was a waiter and all this stuff, all the good stuff. So they knew, and that's why eventually I worked in Hollywood area, in Chateau Marmont, all these hotels where actor work, and things works out for me a little bit. But I worked overnight, started in background, and then I got an agent. So I went to acting school, by the way.
Okay.
I forgot to talk about that. One of the best acting school in the world at that time. I think so. It's called acting boot camps. We went for boot camps first, and if you pass it, you get 2 months after that. And then you do the 2 months, but less intense is more higher.
Level.
And then if you pass these, you get into the classes. I never got to those classes, unfortunately, because I just didn't afford it anymore.
Gotcha.
I couldn't afford it. Not because they were expensive. I just didn't have that jobs, extra you gig like Uber or Lyft or something. I can.
It's an
work
extra
on it.
expense. So yeah,
I'm
it's
so
an extra
sorry.
expense. Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it started with acting classes, and acting classes really what made me get into how to get an agent. Okay, and then why I'm supposed to do this? As a background actor, why I recommend it because it really taught me everything. I was absorbing 15 hours a day and getting paid and being fed as you know, every day. And sometimes I was work before I was union. I was like a regular on shows. So I was non-union regular. And I was union regular at one point. And you just dressed like a cop or something, and some shows, and it was really fun. Just going up to the same, like a WB building, like the Warner Brothers studio. I went there like almost half of the year straight. Every day. It became part of my home, you know.
Life.
It just takes you in, you grind you in, because 8 hours a day, but you're not sitting, even if you're not paying attention. And that's before iPhone too, before iPhone came out. I remember I bought my first iPhone on set, on Eli, something like that, some kind of Eli Stone or something, the show. I was sitting there like 12 hours a day on like thing, and just get my first iPhone 1. I was so happy.
But what a lovely experience to have as an emerging artist, right? As someone who's like just starting out their journey.
It humbles you.
Oh my God, absolutely. And I feel like everything was pointing you towards this life experience, because you seem to have taken it at that point with so much gratitude, and you were like doing it. And I feel like that person that cast you as a dancer in Lebanon, he came into your life for a reason. Even though that show never happened then, it happened for a reason. And it was all pointing you towards this moment.
Absolutely.
And the fact that your uncle happened to live in the LA area is not a coincidence.
Yes.
It's destiny.
It is. It's definitely. There's a stronger force. You know, like I try to be like, okay, I have my own personal belief. I try to keep that on the side, but in the general belief, what I believe, there's a stronger force that you just magnet, like taking you there. You know what I mean? You just have to. And the moment you slow down to that, you know, like you beat yourself like every day, like I'm slowing down. I'm not doing it right. What do I do? And, you know, and that, you know, that's why it's very, very important to have a plan for yourself. You know, like I'm gonna be here at a certain age, you know, it should, you know, and I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, like but also see yourself where you want to be, like just literally embody that
visualize
person. Visualize, embody that person, like, you know, like, because we are struggling every day. I've been struggling every day, but I somehow, before I even learned in acting classes, I learned stuff that I already knew it growing up, without knowing. Like
it clicked later, but you knew it from before.
Right, like just be a kid. I was always, my childhood would want to be taken away from me. I didn't have that. I didn't want that. So I always be a kid. You know how my personality is. I'm always a kid.
You're so goofy. You're so down to earth.
I'm not
easy to talk to. You are.
I'm gonna be a kid all the time. And when I was in acting class, people are like, oh, be like a 6-year-old kid. I'm like, okay.
You're like, got it, check.
Because they do better than us. They have, and they true, like 6, 8 years old kids.
Judge they themselves. Don't judge. They don't think about that. Exactly. So in the acting world, when you get the note, for those of you that aren't actors,
that's
to be a kid,
well put. Yeah,
it's so that you can play the role with innocence and without judging your character. So you have the best choices that will tell the story thoroughly.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about Arab-American casting.
Yeah.
So you've been acting. What led to the casting, split and sharing? Because you do both still.
Well, the thing is that I always ask myself, why the hell do I talk about my upbringing every time they talk about my film and casting stuff? There's a reason why I do that. Because one person a long time ago told me, like, and he's not a member of Arab-American casting, but he said, to have this company, you got to have balls. I don't have balls. I have nothing to lose, and that's why I opened something like that. I have nothing to lose, because when it first opened, there was a bunch of like drama going around. Like, why is it open? Is it like to do this? Is to use the name of our company? Is it to like immerse Islamic stuff going into it or something like that? There was a lot of things was going around and a lot of jealousy for it, and it's still to today. So for me, it was like very important to do it for me as a business, to do grow something, to have a business, not just like a movement. And so every day I think of Arab-American casting, it's a business. That's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes it's not like making a lot of money. Sometimes we do, but the point is that I'm going somewhere with it. As a person, we're going somewhere together, because if you look at the numbers of how many Arab actors that they don't know what to do. Middle Eastern actors,
exactly.
They don't know why they feel so lonely. They're like posting, they just not really united, or they think they have something. So Arab American Casting, when I first opened it, I was acting. I was acting mainly as a Hispanic actor, as when I go act and speak.
Makes sense.
And it always thought, I'm like, why we don't have a force for us? So I looked for something like that, and it wasn't accurate, and it wasn't
authentic.
Wasn't authentic. There's something out there for us, but it wasn't for us. It was for them, for that certain amount of group of people. And Arab American Casting, if you look at first day we opened, I opened under circumstances. I've told it before. I had a surgery on my arm, so I couldn't move my arm. I couldn't work. I didn't get my fucking disability, so I had no jobs. I was like literally broke. And I was doing it with like one of my fingers because I had toe button on one arm and I had surgery right here. So I don't know. I had nothing to lose at that day.
Right.
And I started, and people were making me a threat by text messages. So I opened. I'm like, okay, well, I'm already dead. Like, come here and kill me more. I'm like, what are you gonna do? So I just kept going. I kept going on it. People called me spammers at times, and you can see like I've been get like a report being hate for putting use Arab American Casting, So I just keep going every day.
How long has it been now?
14 years.
14.
Well, 2011.
Wow, cheers to
To that
14 years.
2009 to now.
Actually, 11. 11. I don't know how many years is that.
Okay, that's still over 10 years.
Yeah.
Over a dozen.
Incredible.
On that note, I do want to mention the MENA Arts Advocacy Coalition does a lot of studies and reports and collects data to help fuel organizations like yours and the diversity that we all champion. A recent UCLA report showed that there is 0 MENA leads in films. I believe last year or the year before. 0.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's
I saw
the
that
proof's in the
report.
pudding. So that's where Arab American Casting comes
Yeah.
in. That's why, when Kavita and I were chatting, we were like, we have to have Hamzah on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so important. Everyone out there knows
Yes.
that this exists.
Yeah.
So producers, directors, writers, investors, you guys, we need to bring people to the heads of these tables that are, in the cultural mix.
Absolutely. Diversity is a huge topic. It's a big, personal topic for the two of us. So you saw a void in the industry because you were an actor. You were working towards it.
Yeah.
And when you had that struggle with a little accident but couldn't have disability and healthcare, you probably saw the void in the business. And how were you wanting to mentor people that were feeling the same thing? I think that was your purpose.
And
right?
I started on Facebook, a Facebook group, and I still have those Facebook group around. I started on Facebook group, and and it just grew so fast. My brother was just like, okay, I called him, and we get, he opened the website right away, and we set it up so people can join, and it literally joined so many people that we crashed. So now we have a smaller slide of that slide that you mentioned earlier. We still have the other one, but we have a smaller side that only focused on the people that joined. For about almost 5,000 people on that little app, and it's more safe. It's by Wix. It's very safe. It's backed up safely. Would never break. At that time, everything was kind of breaking down. Because we opened it ourselves. But
and the volume was huge, is what it sounds like.
It
You
was
started
huge,
and you got hit with a lot more volume than you knew you were ready for.
Yeah, I mean, people in Lebanon are very supportive. People in Egypt is even, I'm not going to say more supportive.
There's a big film scene in Egypt too.
They have, in Lebanon, Lebanese people do ask me, what do you exactly do? And an Egyptian person, wow, you're a casting director. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So they already know. I'm like, what you don't Lebanese people do not know about me a little bit?
It sounds like, I just
it,
also think Lebanese people don't know about
and
entertainment
I don't want to
professions.
say that, no, because I do have friends from Lebanon right now. You can probably watch me, who are casting directors in Lebanon right now. However, do I say is 100 fairness%? No, it's not fairness here. How's it going to be fairness there? So we're complaining every single day. Look, we have a strike over our fairness.
Right.
But I think for diversity, we did a lot of diversity and inclusion, diversity in Hollywood on Clubhouse. We did a lot over the pandemic. And I was part of business side of acting almost every single day. Now we're doing craft of acting every Saturday.
And those of you, I hope you caught that. He said Clubhouse. So if you're on Clubhouse, find Hamzah. Can you tell us how to find you? And give us the names of all these groups that are around.
Well, I mean, I guess you
Huge
can,
following
on Instagram, you can just go there and I'll post something. Or Clubhouse is my name. You know, we have also on Monday we have other casting directors every Monday. It's called craft of casting, and then I have a craft of acting. So, you know, we used to be more bigger on
Engaged.
Clubhouse, or more engaged. That's a better word. On Clubhouse, but
Well,
now
everyone was when it first came out, nonstop. But the good news is, and this is what I love about you, Hamzah, you're consistent.
Yeah.
You are. Whether you're doing it
you.
every day or you're doing it every week, it doesn't matter. You're on Clubhouse often. You're always preaching the same thing. You're true to your word. I see you on Facebook, Instagram. We've talked countlessly about the power and impact of social media and the headache that it can bring as well. It's a lot of work.
Oh my God,
and you still have to go do your job when you're not on social media.
Yeah.
But you're here to lend advice to actors and a voice, and I think that's super, super important. How have you seen that affect actors in our Arab community and beyond?
Well, this is a great question. My goal was to become CSA, like it's like a goal to like go to heaven. Okay, so it's like it's one of my biggest goals, and it was my biggest goal in life. You know,
You
like
did it. Can we toast to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please, to Hamzah CSA, which is the Casting Society of America.
Thank you. And you know, the reason I mentioned that is it's not because, oh, look at me, I'm a CSA. It was because what we do can be impossible to a director before we do it. And then when I see the script, when I see the breakdown, it's easy because I got all the actors, or I know so many actors of this kind of field. And be a CSA casting director now, to answer your question, it's very important to put it next to my name. Not because of me, it's because of you guys now. Arab actors, Middle Eastern actors.
Right.
Actually, that's what I wrote in my essay.
You're our representative. That's what you're saying. You want us to know you have our back.
I have your
and
back
there's
in the
someone
CSA.
in that,
And I'm not the only Middle Eastern guy or Lebanese guy there. The problem is I'm the only one who's saying I am the only one. You know, I'm the only one for you guys. The other guys is like, you know, I mean, they're human being. But I'm there to do a little bit more.
To push our agenda.
To push our agenda. And agenda is not just Arab. We are demonized. My name is demonized from working in any job here. McDonald's do not want Hamzah or Muhammad to work for them. We are fucking demonized in this country for no reason. I can't even work at McDonald's. You know, but when they see like the names and they see those names and like, okay, this guy's name this, he should work here. This guy's name here, he should work 7-Eleven. This guy works here, he should be an engineer. I'm not going to change my name because you're a racist country. I'm not going to. I'm going to call you out when I have worked so hard and have some leverage. Now the CSA, that's why when someone opened CSA, I did diversity in Hollywood. No one can stop me after that. And no one did. And a lot of people, black community support me, Asian people support me, and I never seen the love before. Because now I used to have love different ways. Indian people support me, and we did it, all of them.
Diversity in Hollywood's a movement on Clubhouse as well?
Yeah, and it's everybody. And I include everybody. And we started there, and we did diversity in Hollywood, and we talk and they talk and talk. And we include white people who also diverse, because white people also diverse. Once you look at diversity is literally
everybody.
It's individual thing. I have my own diversity. If you want to find out, just ask me. I'll tell you.
Wow. I have like goosebumps.
Oh my God. I am like,
I'm not kidding.
I am
that's
moved.
So powerful. Yeah.
I am moved with emotion hearing your story. I can feel your sense of community.
Thank you.
You're wanting to give back. It's palpable. And you're absolutely right. I think having that credit, like that very important badge of honor next to your name, it does make a difference. Because it is, like you said, whether it is right or wrong, people do look at it differently. People do look at you with like, okay, you know what? This guy is not only part of CSA, but he's also looking out for me there. He's also a representative of us. You're a voice for a whole group of people. And as a person of color in entertainment, that is something that we are craving, right? We're all wanting that representation. When my kids grew up, they were always frustrated that there was nobody that looked like them that was doing the stuff they loved. Mainstream films, mainstream music, right? Why does nobody look like me doing that?
Yeah.
So it is something that we can do.
Yeah.
It is something that we are great at doing also. So why not have those opportunities? And someone like you is opening those doors for people. You're also their voice in these platforms. You have the platform. You created it with the work you've done. and we can feel it. We can feel your energy.
And the
This
more
is-
success you have, the more someone's going to try to take you down. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the world.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just,
it's fine.
you know, yin and yang. And you stay doing what you're doing, Hamzah.
Yeah, yeah.
I do want you to share for our viewers and for our listeners, whether you're catching us on YouTube or any other audio platform, what can we do if we're an actor ambitious like you and wants to get started new to the business?
Well, I mean, it depends, really. I mean, depends how far you are, where you started. I think the most important to know is, you know, that's why when Facebook started, a lot of the actors kind of went on there and then just start collecting friends. But the most important is networking, and not networking just fact like you follow somebody. You literally network. Like you go if you see. Because I can't tell you like, oh, like you're doing an acting school, go to this and this, because
Yes.
every person is different, and you know all these stuff are great. The most important thing, I mean, they say is your network, whatever, but there is a strategy of how you network. You know, it's part of it when you go down to like a screening, right? Sit down at screening, focus on target the person. Like, okay, I'm going to go see that casting director because why? Okay, don't go there without looking them up.
Right.
Yeah.
Look them up, see what thing you like about
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
because we have so much shit to talk about. But see what they want to talk about, look it up, and then listen in the conversation. And then after that, your approach to that person will be so easier. So
Yes.
easy. In fact, if you do it the other way around, you wait, don't listen, don't know who they are. You know they're famous. You know
So
they're
awkward.
casting director. You know they're
Do your
you know,
homework.
You know they
Yeah.
cast big
Research.
movies, so you know they cast big stuff. You know what they cast Iron Man, for example. You know their name. You go up there, you talk to them. I just care to show them the right people. I don't care if they
Right.
pick them up, because it's not my job to if they
Right.
pick them up. My job is to show them.
Present.
A lot of people have a misconception that casting directors actually choose the talent.
Yeah.
You actually are really the middleman
Just showing them.
between
And that's why
the
American
production
Casting,
and talent.
we have 800 photos on our website or Instagram, but there's literally thousands of members. We need to tell people about American Casting, okay?
Yes.
I can't get the word. I mean,
You
there's
can't
so
do
much.
it alone. None of us can do this alone.
Like,
though.
if I'm successful, we're
We
all
all need
successful.
a marketing machine.
Correct. Yes.
And
So
we all need it.
Hamzah, let's end it with this.
Yeah.
We love to ask our
Please
guests
don't end.
this.
I want to be here for another hour.
And we love being here with
All
you.
right.
I haven't
long
heard
as-
you talk.
as
This is
long
a
as
2-hour
there's more
episode,
wine.
guys.
I haven't heard
Change
you
your
talking
plans.
yet.
If there's more wine, we'll stay. Hamzah,
The
tell
episode
us.
ends when the wine ends.
Right, as always.
And I'm not unprofessional. It's over.
Tell us, Hamzah, what would you say to yourself, that little Hamzah around ages 10 to 15?
Yeah.
What do you know now that you would say to yourself if you could talk to yourself back then?
Oh, fuck. Gear up, I guess.
Get up.
Gear up.
Give up.
No, gear up.
Gear
like-
up,
Oh,
gear
yeah.
up.
Gear up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a fight. You know,
Fight.
seriously, even today, every day I am like doing what I'm doing. I'm not doing 100%, because Arab American Casting is like, it's I don't want to say that because I don't want to put that on me like that, but it's like, you know, because I'm not trying to be humble. I am a humble person. But it is a prophecy in a way, not to me as I'm a prophet. It's a prophecy because it's like Arab American are literally excluded by their own people. You understand? Like Arab people right now, if you go to Arab world, it's like if you go to
It's
Lebanon,
Divided.
if you go to
divided.
Beirut, Lebanon, and like people ask you, what shara are you from? Like I'm from Lebanon, not shara.
What shara means like what area?
Like no, what street?
What street,
It come
yeah.
down to
What
what street
street
you're
you
from,
from.
and that's how the divided we are. And then we come to America. You want us to be united? Yes. And they're one thing. I don't care if you're united in their businesses. I don't care. I don't care about business people. God bless them. I don't want your money. I don't want anybody's money. I just want to get film on set. I just, I think the reason that would work, and the reason I thought it would work back then, is because ultimately, like, we have one goal is to get on set. You know,
get
and
seen.
nobody ever asked me what's my religion while I'm doing this. I never asked what their religion, what their sexuality, what it is. We always just going with, just as an Arab American, just together working as an Arab American artist, trying to just work and promote ourselves because we know we have no representation. So we're just trying to figure it out, the representation for ourselves. No, here is like, learn, if you're missing something, let's figure out what is going to take you to the next level if you want to. And you know how you want to, you do it yourself. I'm not going to knock on your door and discover in you.
Self-motivation.
Yeah, gear up, baby. Gear up.
Gear up.
Yes.
I am going to be saying that. There you
Love
go.
it. With that said, we are so happy to have
Gear
you,
up,
Hamzah.
people.
Thank
Thank
you
you, bro.
so much.
Thank you.
Our incredible special guest extraordinaire, Hamzah.
Thank you.
I'm Walid Chaya.
I'm Kavita Raj.
And this is Lights
Camera.
and
Conversation.
Thanks, Hamzah.
Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow on Instagram and TikTok. We love interacting. Also, the content in this podcast episode is provided for general informational purposes only. By listening to our episode, which we love, you understand that no information contained in this episode should be construed as advice from Lights Camera Conversation or our individual authors, hosts, or guests. Nor is it intended to be a substitute for research on any subject matter. We always encourage you to do your research. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by Lights Camera Conversation. The views expressed by speakers are their own, and their appearance on our program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity that they represent. Thanks for listening, and until next time, have a great day.